Welcome back, citizens of the Omniverse. Today we are diving into episode 4 of season 2 of Young Royals. Let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full length reaction, as always, or if you want to get early access or submit your own comments, questions, or fun facts for me to read at the end of these episodes, you can do all that over on Patreon. Over there you get the full lengths for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. This is a great way to support the channel, help us do things we do for here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. So please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for I'll be editing down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And that all sent out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 4. Here we go.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger, men helt ärligt, hon verkar typ bara hooken och glåplugga.
Oof. Well, I mean, she did kind of admittedly say that's kind of what she was doing initially, but I feel like she's changed it a little bit since then. But it has gotten out that they are on the verge of canoodling there.
Every girl makes out with her best friend while drunk. Jag har inte gjort det. Nej, men då är det fan på tiden.
Well then, line right up. It is a very common experience, though. Interesting. With the way all the dynamics have been shifting and then fracturing, reconnecting, and new threads being made and woven, I'm very curious how we're going to navigate this time of the year right now.
Och sen skickas de ut anonymt. Och sen så avslutas allting med en maskeradbal.
Oh god.
Som är ens hemliga beundrare. Så går man tillsammans på ballen.
Och man får på så här riktiga 1700-talsklänningar.
Interesting.
Fast när hon blev halshuggen.
Yeah.
Vadå? Vem ska du skicka till? Jag tänkte inte på någon speciell.
Sure. Well, not that you would want to admit to this crowd right now.
Har något som den vill. Ingen som känner sig manad.
Is this them trying to get him to like talk about the police thing?
Och har jag inget annat. Bill på.
Oh god. Yeah.
Vad är det här för sinnessjuk jävla tradition? Jag kan inte vara den enda som tycker det. Det är ju det här jag menar. Ni har ingenting med det att göra.
I mean, it's really not. Like, it's wild to me. It's wild to me that they would do this in this situation right here after the thing with the video. Especially right now with them pushing back on this right now in this way. Why the absolute fuck would you go on with this, with poking and prodding, when that's already such a sore and sensitive topic? Sure, he's being the dickhead senior, but this kid is about to be your fucking, well, he doesn't know what happened with August, but this kid right now, as far as you know, is going to be your king, and you want to be a little bitch. Like, I don't get that. I really, really don't. And on top of it, it's just such a dick-ass move. But then again, this guy has been a grade A prick this entire time. So, you know, like August says, like, you thought I was bad. This guy's gonna be way worse, and he's been quite the thorn in our side right now, man.
Nej. Ja, men jag förstår. Du menar alltså att Henry såg dig Felice ligga i sängen och hångla. Det är förtal alltså.
Ville, det är lugnt.
Fuck all y'all, dude. Dude, look at that smile on August's face, though. I mean, he seems to be settling into it, but yeah. And again, I get it. It's complicated with everything going on right now. For Simone to walk away feeling like that, again, it just highlights why he's not ready to be in the position that he's kind of being coerced into being in with Marcus. Because, like, yeah, he wanted to rebound, he wanted to forget, he wanted to get around these things, while he's also not ready for anything serious because he still feels those feelings. But now it's on the other side, you know. Villa confronted him about the situation in his own way and has been, while not outright verbalizing his feelings, is quite clear how he feels about that moving on. And now, regardless of what actually happened, now the tables have seemingly turned, and it's just like, and now he's feeling that dagger to the heart. It just sucks.
rosa kväll kanske låter lite lame, men skolan har en stor bar. Skulle du vilja följa med mig dit?
Ooh.
Men vi kan väl vara hos mig istället. Kolla film eller något. Skippa barnen.
Det går inte.
Vadå?
Kören ska sjunga.
Du kan väl komma till mig efter det?
Kanske.
Kanske? Ja, vadå kanske? Du vill ju.
Don't tell him what he wants. And also when he said again, God damn it, it's just happening all over again. It's just like when he's like, you got any plans Wednesday? Yeah, we're hanging out. I got plans with you. Like he's just like deciding things for Simone at this point. You know, didn't let them break up. And now he's like, no, this is what we're going to do. And then it's just like, there's no question. There's no asking. There's just, this is the plan. Or why don't we do this instead of that? Simone asked him to go to the ball, but then he pivoted that to something that puts the ball in his court. I don't like that. I mean, why did just go? I don't care if it's such a thing. Go do it. Like, relationships are a compromise, man.
Så är det hit du brukar ta alla dina dejter eller?
Ja, de jag verkligen gillar.
What a
Sist du luktar
line.
skit.
Okej.
Trip him! Oh my God. He fumbled himself. That look when you're trying to take a picture and you just loathe how it turned out. Ooh. Oh. He's like, I'm coming for you, bitch. Dude, I love dodgeball.
Tror du det hade gått? Det hade varit skönt med en heads up. Kul att höra det där på lunchen.
Simon, jag fattar att det känns jobbigt, men...
Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say. He doesn't really have any room to talk.
Men ner och sen så går du och kysser honom framför mig. Fan, tror att det känns?
Also a good point. I forgot about the whole kiss at the meet.
Är ni ihop nu, eller?
Han står i alla fall för att han gillar mig. Han accepterar mig för den jag är.
Som att inte jag gör det, eller? Men fan, jag är min familj!
Nej, jag kanske inte kan.
It's not the same thing, but I get it. He does accept everything a bit about Simone's side of the life, but like there's a barrier that Simone can't penetrate when it comes to being with him. And he's almost, I mean, he's not oblivious to it, but it's almost like he doesn't really regard Simone's feelings about that in any kind of way. I don't know. It's just like, it sucks. They clearly both want to be together, but like the situation itself is not, it's not making it easy. Villa's not making it easy either. Now neither of them's making any of this any easier given everything going on because of everything. It's hard to watch, man.
Madison, you make my heart bounce like badminton. To make you mine. You're so damn.
Oh my God, that's so cheesy.
Har du tid att snacka lite?
What is going on there?
När jag såg Simon och Marcus efter tävlingen så kändes det så... Nu sa han att de är ihop.
Är du seriös nu? Alltså helt jävla ärligt. Säg att jag försöker gifta mig in i kungafamiljen.
Hey, let's be real. Let's rewind back to when we were introduced to you. Your own words were that you were even sharing with your friends was that you don't want to be with August because you can't actually have royal babies with him. You know, that's just its own little side thing. Like she had her eyes fixated on Villa because she wanted them blue blood babies. You know, that was her words. Just saying.
Svartsjuk. Så förstår du hur själviskt det är?
Felice, det var inte så jag menar. Jag menar bara att jag ville se om du kunde känna så som du gör med Simon.
Ja, för det gör ju saken så mycket bättre.
No.
Här i dig så länge. Och du visste om det.
Yeah, that's a little fucked because there is that. That is true. Like, regardless of her intent and her fantasy and what she told her friends, she did like him. There is that. And they are friends. And a lot of that was rooted in that initially, I think, in some way, shape, or form about possibly crossing that barrier. But there is like the other side of it too. And again, maybe that was her just playing coy with her friends, or maybe it was, I mean, all those things can be true. But she did also say that's a reason why she never really seriously pursued August, but I don't know. But it is fucked up what he did, knowing all of that. Yeah, dude, he keeps fucking up a lot of things, man.
Väldigt, väldigt fin vän. Kan du förlåta mig?
Som att jag stoppade dig direkt.
Yeah.
Jag tycker om dig också jättemycket.
Du får en kram.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they made up. I'm glad they're okay. This is what happens when you talk things out.
Vill du gå på balen med mig?
Yeah, let's stir that pot.
För det så kanske de lugnar ner sig om vi går dit ihop.
Nej, alla kommer bara snacka ännu mer. De vet ju att jag var kär i dig. Och ska jag vara ärlig, lite kär i dig bara för att du var prins.
Hey, there we go.
Det faktiskt kan vara en bra grej.
Bara för att ni inte är tillsammans nu så betyder det inte att det är helt kört.
I'm glad she's at least admitting and being self-aware about all of it.
Jag orkar inte hoppas längre.
Again, after getting to know Sarah and like standing up to her parents, she's really dropped her veil a lot and has been trying to be like actually just another kid, just letting all those other things and pressures kind of fall away because she was so buried beneath them all and then playing into the game, and she's almost tried to free herself from any of that and just been focusing on establishing some semblance of genuine sense of self and genuine connections with other people versus these veiled masks and expectations and whatever, the shallow pleasantries of their higher society life and stuff like that.
Känns som att det ska dö.
That's heartbreak, man. That's heartbreak.
Jag fattar ingenting. Hur många rader är det ens i en sån här sonett?
Vänta, sonett? På riktigt, ska du skriva en sonett?
Nej, jag vet inte. Du verkar så spänd bara.
Gå in i ett rum en gång utan att alla stirrar ner mig.
Du kanske inte ska gå in hit då liksom.
Oof. Well then stop coming in the room.
Alltså vi har hus där. Åker vi skidor. Jag kan fixa lite bra fest. Twinks, bears.
I'll get you an entire smorgasbord of options.
Vet Vincent August?
Eller jag tänker att de vet det, men... Och så här, säg en vd som är öppet homosexuell. Ingen.
It's a good fucking point, actually.
Allvar att du skulle erkänna att det var du i den där videon.
Curating their public image.
Jag sa till honom att jag inte skulle göra uttalandet. Och sen så gjorde jag ju det ändå. Men han känner att han inte kan lita på mig.
För han är det inget problem. Han är så här Simon.
Så han ser på saken.
Det är därför du måste börja hänga med någon som är liksom...
He's not a nobody. And you're greatly discounting his side of it, you know? While sure, at the moment, things are perfectly fine, and maybe he'll be forgotten in the annals of history or whatever when it comes to this quote-unquote scandal, it's still a thing he's gonna have to live with. It's just like, that's not where I don't know. It's whatever, I guess, at this point. They're in their world, they're in the other world, and that's part of the problem. They're not able to see or feel or walk in the other's shoes because of that either willful or unwillful ignorance of the situation. I can't say that one's more unfair than the other. It's hard to say. He makes a good point because he lives in the public sphere. It's something that will reach and rock and shake the world. It'll get out there and be a whole kerfuffle internationally. But again, you're just curating a lie. You're not being yourself. And you're forcing him to either be a secret or whatever. And that's, none of it's fair. None of it. But I hate it, but I get it.
Jag viskar ditt namn om natten. Jag skriker ditt namn om dagen. Högt över husen det klingar.
It's her, isn't it?
Var inte det så fint?
Police got like 10. Do you wanna...
That's so the girl that was just sitting there watching. I don't know any of their names.
Om det inte är någon jag gillar.
You know, this started out creepy, but it's kind of weirdly become a little endearing that they've kind of helped each other become free from the chains that have been put on them and that they put on themselves. Also interesting that Simone and Villa didn't work out because of this lack of wanting to be a secret. Like, Simone didn't want to be a secret. Yeah, they're having, like, his sister is perfectly, well, at least right now, enjoying the thrills of a secret relationship. It's interesting how the opposite they handle situations and how opposite their situations are in parallel to one another.
Hej, Jan-Olof.
Hej August. Vi måste prata om era framtidsplaner. Vi behöver påbörja er militära utbildning redan i höst.
I'm sorry, what?
10 år, ja. Vi behöver gå igenom era sociala medier, så skicka mig era lösenord så rensar pressteamet bort allt problematiskt.
Absolut.
Oh, I guess that makes sense, but that's kind of wild.
För att gå rakt på sak, har ni gjort någon gravid? Har ni några könssjukdomar eller droger? Det är viktigt att ni är ärliga med mig nu.
Inget sånt.
Oh, he's lying.
Min hälsa och tränar mycket så att...
He's taking medication and he drinks and all kinds of other shit.
Ni är väl heterosexuell?
Ja.
Okej.
Bara tjejer.
See, that's an important question for them.
Då så, skicka över de
Of course.
där lösenorden.
And the reason why I think a lot of what her Villa's mother said is kind of been bullshit.
Är du okej?
He was before all that happened. Now he's got to pop a couple pills to settle himself down.
Varför tar du ADHD-medicin om du inte...
Nej, men jag brukar inte göra det så mycket. Det är bara när jag behöver prestera på topp. Vilket jag behöver göra.
He needs to like zero in.
Okej, det här stannar mellan dig och mig. Jag är Wilhelms reserv. Klarar av ansvaret som kronprins och blir Sveriges.
Oj.
Ja. Oj. Vill du gå med på balen?
Va?
Oh.
Men om vi går tillsammans.
Klart då.
Det jag tycker om dig.
Vem bryr sig om folk tycker?
Okej.
Okay. I really want to know how this is going to be received.
Men är du och Willy ihop?
Alltså vi är bara vänner.
Okej.
Thank God for that. Alltså, jobbigt att vara tillsammans med någon i kungafamiljen.
Why do you say that?
Jag är så trött på killar. Det är bara massa problem och drama.
Well, I mean, here for sure.
Ville och jag är mycket bättre.
Om han är din nya bästis så kan du säga det.
Man kan ha fler bästisar och vänner. Frågade faktiskt om vi skulle gå på balen tillsammans. Men jag vill gå med dig.
Med mig?
Oh.
Väldigt mycket med Ville på sistone. Men vi tjejer måste hålla ihop.
Well, is she going to say this now or save it for the night of? Oh God, the differences between how they're both carrying on at the moment. He's sitting here looking at himself crying and August is in there like... Oh yeah, it's so her.
Ingen som är sig till kända för dikten än.
Nej, alltså ingen. Jag fattar inte.
Because it's her right there.
Det är väl ändå
Right
inte
there.
att göra det annars.
The camera knows. I think
Jag ska göra. Jag kan inte...
Sarah knows too, or is at least picking up on it.
Men det känns liksom inte rätt. Men det är också jättekonstigt. Alla andra kommer jag ha.
Okej.
Det är så skönt att du är så lös.
Hur många fingrar har du upp?
Huh. I feel like he like actually likes her. I mean, I felt like up until this point, but like it's just like she actually is like makes him happy. But what if she chooses to stay with Felice? Because I think it started off obviously as a game or whatever. Oh God. Shit. That sucks. I actually feel kind of bad right there, man. Oof.
Te dije que no quiero ir. Yo voy a cantar a las 10.
Oh. Did he concede and was going to go?
Tänkte att om någon frågar så är jag utklädd till servitör.
I'll give him some credit for that at least.
Jag trodde inte att gå på bal var din grej.
Vad som helst för dig.
Okay, I will give him credit for that.
Jag visste inte att du hade husdjur.
De många namn.
Oh. Oh. He didn't tell him. You're not good enough to know the names of my fish. He's still like he's going along for the ride, but he's still keeping him at a distance. You know, he's still not letting him into the same ballpark or field that Villa once occupied. He's still on the outskirts. He's still outside the fence looking in. And that was a whoa. Wow. I was wondering if he was going to tell him the same names or not, but he didn't even give him the names at all. This is ridiculous. But this would be kind of fun and surreal, though. I would expect a public decapitation or something like that to occur, seeing all of this. Oh, Felice is in all black. They're gonna get sauced up, and these two ladies gonna dance, gonna kiss. Oh! Oh!
På varandra och är med varandra. Alltså, du får absolut inte säga något. Jag menar bara, jag förstår inte. Varför säger inte du någonting till henne?
Aww.
Hon är den viktigaste personen som kanske känner samma sak. Men även om hon gör det, det ska gå här i 2 år till. Det kommer ta slut.
Yeah. There's so much fear in something like that when you want to bridge that gap, when you catch these feelings, especially for somebody that close and that important, because no matter how much you feel or even how confident you might feel about how they feel about you, you can never really know. And the possibilities of that, because if that's not reciprocated, that shifts the entire dynamic completely. Like if you can't get past the fact that they don't like you the same way that you like them, or that they now feel uncomfortable being around you because they know you feel that way, that could cause irreparable damage. You might get lucky and be in a situation where you can just kind of like work through it. It's like, sorry, I don't feel that way. But yeah, and then you just move along like everything's fine. That can happen, but you don't know. Or if, like she said, you reciprocate and you get together, but then you break up. Then how do you go back to being friends? How do you deal with living in the same room as the other person? There's, especially in their situation right here, it can lead to a lot of messiness. And I get it. It's terrifying. Yeah, I'd rather be in love in secret than her ex that she hates. Oh, you saw him, so now you want to go out there and show off your man. You guys are both petty asshole. Well, Simone's being a little petty. But to be fair, this is like, hey, I'm not going to be anybody's secret, so here I am being out on the dance floor with the person I'm with right now. So like, maybe it's not as petty as I make it out to be initially. But it is really fucked up to do all the same, I think. Because he is doing it because he saw him. Oh, now she's just actively avoiding him. Oh, god damn it.
Är ni kompisar nu eller?
Ja, det vet
Det var han som bestämde att du skulle ta skulden för drogerna.
Vadå, varför skulle jag göra det?
Oh!
Kände att du var ett lätt offer.
That is the truth. Wow. He's coming for that kinghood, buddy. He's coming for that crown.
Kronprinsen.
Du kan säga Ville, det är lugnt.
Well, this is awkward.
Morfrag och klippt sitt servitör. Men peruken är så jävla ont.
Well, he noticed right on point what he was going for.
Du borde komma och skjuta er.
Jag tror också hänga på. Inte min grej.
Interesting.
Kan inte jag få en skit?
He invited them together for a shooting excursion.
Nice. Vi ses samma.
Ja, precis.
Hon var jättetrevlig.
Yeah, he was just trying to be nice, trying to be friendly. Because at least when I think he did that, I'm not sure if he actually had like a, I don't know. I don't know if there was like a secondary objective there or not. I think he was just trying to seem like nothing's bothering him. Put on a front, not seem like it's destroying him from the inside out.
Ja, jag fattar. Du är inte kär i mig längre. Jag ska lämna dig i fred. Din kille verkar jättetrevlig.
Oof. This is him trying to let him go. Yeah, that face was not convincing. I can't imagine how hot it would be in there, or how hot one would be dressed out all like this and in such a small room.
Du gillar henne på riktigt, liksom. Och det
Ja,
känns...
jag gör det.
Vad är problemet då?
Om Felice får reda på det, hon kommer hata mig. Och jag såg ju hur det gick för Simon med Wilhelm och jag kan inte tänka mig att det
Jag är inte Wilhelm, okej?
Again, oh my god, it's the reverse. It's the reverse of what her brother and Villa went through. She hesitated when it came to actually like putting them out in the public. And he's like, I thought you liked me. I want people to know I'm not like him. I don't have a problem with that. Like, it's the reverse. It's so interesting. But again, when it comes down to it, you know, when something doesn't go his way, he immediately has to like dig in some way, lash out in some way. Because of that situation with Sarah and him, her not coming and not, you know, decided not to go with him after all of his prep. What's his next move? He shows up here. He's like, hey, Alexander, by the way, Villa fucked you, not me. I was the only one that voted to say no. And after all of this, but then again, like that is like Villa's been playing best friends with this kid because, and when what happened to him, it was completely his proposal. It's so messed up, dude. So while it is true, the intent behind it's clearly to get back at Villa. But then again, Villa's been doing this whole little thing, and did it start with who and then what? They didn't. August brought it upon himself, but now it's almost like there's this war. But now the more Villa takes this fall, the more August can rise, because if he fumbles, he's gonna be king. It's so fucking gross and messy, and the show's written so well because even for August I find myself going, "Aw, yeah, get him, man." Especially I think after like, cause I think like I do feel like Villa, I don't know, it's a huge thing, man. Like we were talking about before, it's international consequences when you fuck with Villa. Everybody else just goes right about their day again. Like it's not gonna have like these huge sweeping lingering effects to your life, you know, except for Simone, because he's out there publicly on the news and shit for this scandal, which is fucked, you know, that he was out there put and displayed on like a sex tape or something like that floated around, which is again which is fucking August's fault. I don't know, it's just like, it's just so messy. Too messy to really get into all the different minutiae and details of it all, but at the end of the day, like, they are kids. What he did was extremely fucked up, near unforgivable, but I still feel bad when he's going through all these terrible things. But then he hits us with that. But then again, is that a terrible thing, or is that just him bringing the truth to light, exposing Villa for more of his own selfishnesses? Because that is what that was at the end of the day. I don't know. It's so, whatever.
Är du nervös?
Vad?
Trädandet?
Lite kanske. Jag ska bara kolla en grej med kören.
Okay.
The whole interaction with Villa fucked him up. Because he just doesn't feel the same way about this guy, man. He doesn't at all. He went looking for him. I guess. I think. Oh, and it's about time for the performance and he's not in here. Uh-oh.
Jag försöker bara...
Jag märker det. Allt blir bara fel mellan oss. Jag vet.
Marcus is going to see this, by the way. Almost 100% certain. But who's going to cave first? I think we need a photo finish for that one. But I think Simone leaned in first. But then again, he stepped up right. Like they were prepping for that. Oh, well, they're okay.
Simon!
Okay, well, he didn't catch them. Oh, it just keeps getting messier by the second. Oh, look how happy he is, though. Don't worry, man. That smile's going to melt away once Alexander comes to talk to you.
Vart har du varit?
Jag tog bara luft.
You think he put it together? He probably put it together. He's not dumb. And they're both glowing right now.
Vi har prövat, vad kan ingen ta?
His voice is amazing, man.
Kan aldrig glömma så
Ooh. Oh! God damn!
Hille ska alltid kvar.
Hell yeah, dude. I haven't seen him look over at Marcus once yet. Oh, there he did. I think he notices too. Eat shit. This show, with where it chooses to end, is just rude. But yeah, it's like, it's interesting watching all of these kids evolve, you know, through learning through these mistakes, these trials and tribulations of love, of relationship, of status, of society, social or not, or whatever. You know, it's just interesting watching them all navigate it, and where self-interest, self-discovery, or selflessness all kind of intersect and sometimes just completely collide, clash, or explode in some situations. So yeah, like, especially with August, like I think he's so jaded by everything that's come out. He's afraid of rejection. He's afraid of being less than. He's insecure, like, to an insane degree, because of what happened with his father, what happens with his own self-performance, with everything else. That's why he does what he does with his body. That's why he focuses in on these drugs to help himself focus, because he needs to perform. He needs to succeed. He needs to do the things. So when it comes down to it, that's why he was so jealous when Felice was talking to Villa too much. He got jealous, he got afraid, and he lashed out. And then the same thing's going on here when she chose her friends over him, because she's afraid, because she doesn't want Felice to hate her for, you know, falling for her ex. Even though they never really felt much of anything. And I think she would be fine if she was just forthright about it, but she's just kind of been going behind his back. And again, all the parallels between like her relationship and with August versus Simone and Villa, it's just almost near mirrors of one another. And I think that aspect is fascinating. On top of that, you have this girl in their friend group that has a crush on another girl in their friend group, but wants to keep that a secret because they are best friends. And that's almost a similar idea that played out with Villa and Felice, even though she did love him and they entertained that, but it was also never reciprocated. So they're like an example. Honestly, they're an example of like what could come out of that if you just push through, because it's public that, and even admitted by Felice herself, that she did love Villa, and they all kind of knew it for the longest time. And yes, she admitted, as she did, that part of it was because he was the prince, and there was a little bit of a fantasy built into that as well. I'm glad that she was self-aware to get it. I know it came down real hard on her right out the gate, because I think you were kind of meant to, but she's had, I'd say, like some of the craziest changes from that point. Though I think she's kind of hit, I don't know where her story arc's going to go from this point, because right now she's kind of comfortable with where she's at. Her and August, I think August and Sarah, I think have all had the biggest transformations from where we started off. But I think the largest ones, though, is Sarah and August, and they found each other too, which is also really interesting. But again, like his reaction to everything, when something doesn't go his way, he lashes out somehow. And this time around, the first time, it was releasing that tape. The second time is dismantling the lies that Villa put in place to protect Simone. And I wonder if that's going to I don't know how that's going to cascade around, but obviously something's got to come out of that. And then everybody's just trying to move on, you know, with Simone being with Marcus. While he doesn't feel the same, he is trying to let go, but neither of them can really do that. And then even though, because it becomes more and more real when he sees them together, and again, Simone's flaunting him in front of him. And I wonder if it's an attempt to move past and push through. And also I think to kind of drive a little bit of a sting and a wedge into Villa a little bit for the way he's made him feel. It's very pointed. But then Villa's returning this was like, hey, I know I've kind of been a dick, and, you know, you deserve happiness. I love you for that, and if we can't be together, I know we messed things up. I gotta let you go. And that was him trying. But then again, and when he did that, and he was like, all right, cool, I'll be amicable. I'll be friendly with your new boyfriend or whatever. Maybe we could all hang out and just pretend like it doesn't matter. And Simone couldn't let that go. And then he's the one that went after him. He's the one that kissed him. He's the one that whatever, you know, it's just like, oh, fuck, man. But anyway, I went off a whole ass tangent there. Felice and the Felice and Villa situation, especially after what happened in the bedroom and how that became a public thing that ciphered around because it was witnessed. You know, the one girl's afraid of like entertaining the idea of what if she doesn't like me back and then she hates me or we break up or whatever, or if that destroys our friendship. While that is a possibility, at least what happened with Felice and Villa is evidence to the contrary, is that you can have those feelings, them not be reciprocated, and then find yourself on the other side of that. Because if it's not, maybe you could fall out of love and then let go of all of that and just be friends. Because Felice and Villa are really, really close. They are, honestly, they are the closest friends in this, it seems like. And I don't know, it's just really interesting about that. So that possibility is on the table. But it's also, it's one of the scariest things out there as to what, potentially ruin a friendship or something beautiful that you already have by trying to make it into something else. It's terrifying. I'm curious about where that's going to go, though. But I'm really interested in the fallout. So next episode's our penultimate. That's where everything exploded with the video last season. So I'm wondering if we're going to have a very similar turning point next. Like, what if Villa doesn't know about the August situation? So I wonder if that's going to come out in some way, shape, or form, or if it'll be Sarah and August's relationship, or it's going to be Alexander's confrontation, or if some kind of friction or confrontation between Villa and Marcus, if it comes out, if he finds out, or whatever about what's going on there. I just don't know. I don't know what the explosion's going to be this season, because I'm certainly expecting one. But that's kind of all I got. So let's go to Patreon. We got Scotty G. The scene with Villa putting on his makeup and shedding a tear while looking in the mirror always breaks my heart. What are your thoughts on Villa's state of mind and on the symbolism of the scene? I think there's a multitude of ways to look in that, because one, that scene is paralleled with August's scene, because we're seeing a rise and decline in the other. You know, he's trying to live into a societal status he doesn't want to be a part of, while August is trying to claw and clamor into the same structure that he wants. So you're paralleling that with August getting ready and getting prepped, and he's smiling, he's happy. Meanwhile, you have Villa, who's doing all these things. He's playing into the traditions, he's playing into this thing, and he's putting on the makeup, he's putting on the mask, he's putting on the costume. That's been his life up until this point, is not being who he is. And you can see him putting on that makeup and been having to go to this party alone, not with Simone either, not with the person he wants to go with, and he's just breaking a tear. So he's clearly like, he's seeing that he's not being himself. He's not comfortable with where he is. He's putting on a face, both because he's also going there to put on a face to make Simone more confident about moving on, because he's also trying to let go. And I think he knew that going in, because they were certainly going to see each other there. So I think he was also preparing for that eventuality too, that, you know, because of what he talked about with Felice and whatnot, is that he's going to have to figure out how to learn to let him go. So there's a multitude of different things, and this is just him like almost like metaphorically like forcing upon himself the veil of the happy face. He's happy for him. He's going to go there and present these feelings of amicability so that he can feel good about moving on, which he tried to do, which is immediately after that interaction, he got the food, he acted like nothing was wrong, and then he had to leave the room and let that facade drop, where he's like, I needed water. He didn't even bring any of the food with him or touch any of the food with him that he collected from the table, because that was merely a prop to help sell the lie. You know, there's a multitude of things. Like, he doesn't want to be the crown prince. He doesn't want to be single. He wants to be with Simone. He wants to do all these different things, but he's being pried away from it, and he's just trying to make himself okay with it, and he just can't. Sorry. Let's see, what else do we have here? I gotta get down to the right spot here. Here we go. Fun fact for the creator of the show, Lisa Abjorn, is one of the who wrote the Hellerska school song that Simone created, quote unquote. And it became the most popular song in Omar's discography. Until recently, it was even part of Omar's solo shows in Europe and the US. He has even commented often about how amazed he is that people from so many countries learned to sing this song in Swedish. Oh, that's awesome. The song was even nominated for an MTV award. While Omar was on a solo tour this past February in London, Edvin surprised Omar on stage while he was singing Simone's song. Needless to say, the crowd lost their ever-loving minds, and there's a little link below to the clip of it. Oh, that's adorable. And this was from Vivi, by the way. I don't think I called that out. Vivi dropped this one, as well as, what do you think of the royal court's intervention on how the school was handling the planning of the Jubilee? I'm going to be honest with you. I honestly don't recall them actually intervening in this episode. And what are your thoughts about the scene where... So I must have missed out on that, because I don't remember the royal court intervening and how the school was handling this thing at all. Unless I was talking about the Jubilee. This isn't the Jubilee. That was the previous thing, right? Whatever that was. I don't remember what that was about. Honestly, I don't remember. So I apologize for that one. You might need to clarify for me. And what are your thoughts about the scene where Villa is getting ready at the ball? Edvin Ryan was asked about this in an interview, and his feelings on why it plays out the way it does was interesting. He said he interpreted the scene as Villa resigning himself to his fate of being the crown prince and future king. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was kind of saying as well. It was a part of it. I think there's a bunch of different ways you can read into it. It was him putting on the face that he's kind of being forced to reluctantly put on, and there was a lot of different faces he was putting on that night, and that's just one of them, especially since it's paralleled with the August scene. So I could definitely see that, but I think there's like a multitude of different ways to read into that performance and the what that scene was meant to evoke or call upon. Danny23, how did you interpret the difference in the What Are the Fish's name scenes, Villa versus Marcus? The fandom was very clear thoughts on it, but I'm curious how you interpreted it. Well, I saw it as when he was with Villa, he was with somebody he was comfortable with and somebody that he actually loved. And as short of time as they knew each other up to that point, he did feel it, and he knew it pretty immediately how he felt. So like I said earlier in the reaction, I think that by him sharing the names was him sharing a piece of himself and of his life and of this little thing that's his from his room, his pets, and sharing Villa with that, or sharing them with Villa. Because he's kept Marcus so much at a distance, and he's trying to entertain the idea of moving on, he's still in a lot of different ways, not just with this fish thing, but keeping him at a distance. You know, he's doing all the things performatively as he would do as somebody trying to move on, but he's not really, his heart isn't moving on. So when he asks about that, that's something personal of him he didn't want to share. So I think that was a clear sign that he isn't anywhere near or close to where he was comfortable with Villa. Like, so they're not on the same page, not on the same field. He's still keeping him outside of his heart right now. And I think the fish scene was a representation or a clear representation of that cutoff. And I'm kind of curious, like what you said, because you said the fandom has a very clear thought on it. And I'm curious what that thought is, if you want to elaborate, either in the comments of this video when it goes up or later, because I'd love to read it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your fun facts and your questions. I hope I answered them well enough, and I'd love to know what you guys thought. So sound off the comments, let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, or if you want to leave your own comments, questions, or fun facts for me to read at the end of the videos, or if you want to get early access, you can do all that over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Angela Burr, Adriana Maley, and Lily Chan's son. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors here on the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues that we take care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help, and as always, I want to give a huge special thank you to all of our channel legends. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support, and just everybody over here on the Patreon as well, and especially you all on YouTube, because without you guys, none of this would even be here. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.